Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Josh Aguirre.
Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? I'll tell you what, I love food. It's hard not to though, right? I mean, food makes us feel better, it comforts us. And I'm from Texas, and man, we got some good food down there. From Southern comfort food, to barbecue, to Mexican food. There's just so much to choose from. But no matter what you go with, you can dip it in ranch. as in ranch dressing. Yep. Texans love ranch, man. They put ranch on everything. Fun fact, did you know babies in Texas only eat ranch until they can eat solid foods? That's all they eat. Baby wakes up crying in the middle of the night. I don't know why he's crying. He had 2 bottles of ranch. I do like to diet sometimes. I like to eat healthy every now and then. I do like to get into shape because, well, I could say it's because I care about my health. But in reality, it's because I like women. And you'd be surprised how a couple pounds can be the difference between a second date and friend zone. That's why my scale at home isn't set to pounds. When I lose a little weight, it says, looking good. Get out there, stud. When I gain a little weight, it says, aux, friend zone. And then when I gain a lot of weight, it just says you're going to die alone. I don't just love food, though. My problem is also the quantities that I can eat. Man, can I eat. I'm the kind of guy that orders so much food at a drive-thru that I order a second drink just so I don't think it's all for me. You know? I don't want to raise any flags. I don't want to be that guy where they have to put a picture of me by the drive-thru window. I'll pull up one night. Oh, it's you again. Sir, my manager says I gotta cut you off. No, you gotta sound convincing though. You know, when I notice I passed that line where I may have ordered too much and I don't feel like being judged, I'll just be like, oh, and can I have 2 Dr. Peppers? Then I'll pretend like I'm on the phone. Oh, you want a Sprite? Sorry, can you make that 1 Dr. Pepper, 1 Sprite? Thanks. And I hate having a diet. I just lose motivation. It's hard to stay motivated for a long time. Every time I start a diet, day 1, I'm like, oh, this is it. This ain't just a diet. This is a change in my lifestyle. Hashtag fit life. Hashtag best me. Hashtag fit is lit. You know? And then 2 weeks later, I'm at the drive-thru. Oh, your sister's coming over? Better make that 2 Sprites and 1 Dr. Pepper. Thank you. It's just hard to stay motivated. I was thinking, though, what if it was illegal to be overweight? Would that change anything? Not like completely illegal, but like, you know the way we have speed limits? If we had weight limits. Of course, in the South, we would have higher weight limits because, you know, we deep fry everything. Instead of speed traps, they'd have food traps. A cop would carry a scale next to his breathalyzer. You get pulled over one night on your way home. Evening, officer. Just wiping your mouth, trying to brush all the crumbs off of you. You been in tonight? I had a small salad a few hours ago, but... What do you got 2 sodas and there's only 1 of you? One's for my... Sir, you mind stepping out of the vehicle? Why don't you go ahead and, jump on that scale for me? Jesus, son, you're off the charts. I'm taking you in. People like you sicken me. No respect for the law. You know my cousin was killed by an overweight driver? Then later on you would learn from your shady lawyer not to jump on the scale. Yeah, just make him weigh you downtown because he can get it dismissed in court by saying it was just a little extra water weight, not substantial weight. He tells him it's probably water weight from all the salad you ate because, you know, that is pretty much just water. Boy, that's a good lawyer. His commercials always conveniently come on after KFC commercials. You see his billboards next to every Popeye's billboard. It's just a picture of him smiling, holding a plate of barbecue ribs. It just reads, "Know your rights," in bold letters. Say habla español. But you know, if you got a fine for gaining weight, it would only scare us for a bit. Then people would just learn how to plan accordingly, you know? Pretty soon you'd find people calling the county courthouse. Hi, I'm going out for dinner tonight with the family. I'd like to prepay a ticket. Sir, that's not a thing. You can't prepay. Oh, you know what? It's going to be a buffet. You better make it 2 tickets. Heck, the U.S. government want to pay out some debt, put weight limits across the country. The U.S. would be debt-free with Thanksgiving and Christmas alone. We're living in some strange times, huh? Times sure have changed. It's a dark world we live in. But in a way, it's also like great to be alive right now, right? I mean, technology is awesome. Most of human history didn't have any technology nowhere near what we have now. And it's always cool to see what they're going to come up with next. See what little gadget they're going to make next that makes our lives a little easier, but also makes us lazier. Because technology makes us so lazy, right? They invent something that we never knew we needed that does things for us that we didn't even see as a difficult task before. But then we get so used to this little gadget doing something for us that if we ever have to do it ourselves again, it just feels like we're fading out life. Like we're regressing to the Stone Age, and it's just the worst thing ever. Take a corkscrew. I remember when I first got one of those automatic ones, people would come over, I'd throw a bottle of wine on there. Bzz, bzz, pop. How did we open wine before this, eh? There's a future. Then it broke one day, and I had to open it the old-fashioned way. I'm just sitting there crying. Why, Lord? Why me? Why do bad things happen to good people? Just sitting there questioning every decision I made in my life that could have led to this horrible situation. Why is life so cruel? Then the bottle broke. So now I'm just sitting there debating whether I should just go pick up another bottle or just risk internal bleeding. Another example, I'm a 90s kid. And I love the 90s. I think it was just the absolute best decade ever to grow up in. And if we can jump on a time machine and vacation in different time periods, I'd definitely stop at the 90s first. But my time machine better have some Wi-Fi. I ain't doing no dial-up. My time machine better have Wi-Fi. Kids these days just don't know the struggle, man. They don't know the struggle that was dial-up back then. There's just so many things in our lives now that are luxuries, but since we've gotten so accustomed to them, we view them as essentials, right? It's where we're at, though, man. It's where we live in. We live in the digital age. But you know what my absolute favorite part of living in the digital age is? Like on top of everything? It's no longer having to hear people licking their fingers to turn a page. I don't miss that one bit. Man, back in the day, you walk into a library and no one's talking. So all you hear is just slurps on there and then people trying to turn pages. Now, people reading a book, they just swipe the little digital page on their iPad or tablet. You don't hear a thing. Beautiful. And for kids that don't know what I'm talking about, to this day, you can go to a Starbucks, any Starbucks, at 5:30 in the morning, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see some old guy there reading a newspaper that he got from who knows where, because I don't even know who sells newspapers anymore. And he'll be sitting there trying to lick his finger so he can turn a page. And he's really old, so it's pretty dry up in there. So you'll just see him sitting there quietly for a minute, trying to gather up some moisture in his mouth. He's trying to spit, but all you see is dust coming out. Dear God, please, sir, just take my iPad, please. Yeah, it's all yours, it's all yours. Oh, yeah, times have changed. Some stuff for the good, some not so good. Mostly not good. One thing these days is, man, you gotta be careful not to offend anybody. I mean, everyone is just so ready to get offended all the time. But man, we just gotta learn how to laugh more, you know? And it's okay to laugh at ourselves sometimes. Just take a joke. Because, I mean, we're not perfect. We're going to say something sometimes that offends others. Sometimes we're going to get offended. But, man, get over it, Just forgive and you'll be forgiven. Because no one's perfect. But, even if I was perfect, like if I just woke up today and I was perfect, I'm sure people will still find a way to get offended by things I said. Because that's just how people are. Take Jesus, for example. He was perfect. And, I mean, can I picture Jesus making a borderline offensive joke or using a defamatory slang about a certain group or race? Of course not. Jesus gave us a perfect example of how humans should be, how humans should act. Yet, some people still got offended by him, by things he said. Like on one occasion, Jesus is teaching in a public assembly, and he's talking about his flesh and blood, how his flesh is true food, his blood is true drink, and he that eats it and drinks it is in union with him. He, of course, was talking symbolically, but some people there took it literal, and they thought he was talking about cannibalism. They didn't even let him finish his speech. They just bounced. They just got up and left. They were so quick to get offended. But I mean, can you imagine being there? Like you're there with your friends. You know, you've heard about Jesus, but you know, you haven't met him. You want to see what all the hype's about. So you're sitting there, and then you get to that part, and that some lady behind you is like, "Can you believe this guy? He wants us to eat him." Huh? Nah. I'm gonna get a rally going and boycott this guy's sermons. Oh, I'm gonna destroy him on Twitter. Cause I ain't about that life. I don't do cannibalism. I'm a vegan. I can't with this guy. Let's get out of here. Then one of your friends is like, wait, well, hold on now. I don't know. I think we can at least let him finish, you know, maybe stay for the Q&A afterwards. Let's find out what this is all about. I mean, this dude's been bringing people back from the dead. He heals the blind. Yo, you know my cousin Jerry? The one that works with the sideways limp, Jerry? Yeah. He healed him last Tuesday, man. Word? Yeah, man, I've never seen Jerry happier. He asked me to sign up to run a 5K with him next month. I told him no, of course. I mean, I'm happy for him, but I ain't trying to do no 5K in sandals, you know? Yeah, people are just too sensitive these days. And everyone is just so scared to be the insensitive one, yet they're so ready to attack. Like, you see some of the most hateful stuff on those comment sections online. Like, I saw one with this guy in his late 40s, early 50s. He catches the ball at a baseball game. And he just as happy as can be. But there's a kid in the row behind him, just sitting right behind him. Kid's with his parents, about 7 or 8 years old. And the kid extends his hand out towards the guy, like asking for the ball. And of course, they're on the jumbo screen, so everyone can see this. And everyone just starts looking at the guy like he should give the kid the ball. So the guy looks at the kid, looks at the ball, back at the kid, back at the ball. Then he finally just puts it in his pocket and sits down. So he makes the news, and everyone on the comment section just going off on this dude, just saying how he's such a horrible human being, how he should kill himself, and just awful things about him for not giving the kid the ball. And I'm just thinking for a second, wait a minute. Where is the rule that says only kids are allowed to keep a game ball? I get it. Kids get special treatment because they're kids. Like when one of the players hands them a ball, it's just the cutest thing ever. I get it. But I want you to take a second and just picture this guy. Like I said, he was a middle-aged guy, going bald, have his hair missing, nice little gut that makes his jersey look a size too small, but he refuses to get his size bigger because, he just got on that keto diet, and this time he's determined. His face is starting to show some wrinkles, just a lot of wear and tear. His eyes look tired. Overall, he just looks tired, looks achy. He's at a game in the middle of the day, which means probably ain't got a job. He's probably got all kinds of debt. And then you have the kid, just sitting there, holding some chicken fajita nachos. His face is just vibrant because, he gets to skip school to be at a game with his parents. His eyes are just glowing. You know that glow you get when you have your whole life ahead of you? So, in this situation, who really needs that ball more? I mean, who needs that moment more? Who needs that little win in life? Just a little more, I mean, give the guy a break, man. Let him have this one thing, That kid's gonna be all right. I mean, if it would have been me, I would have just traded with the kid. Baseball for his nachos and call it even. But hey, that's just me. All right, thank you guys. You've been great. Thank you.